All right, let's get right into it. We first meet our main character, Lily Bloom, on a chilly Boston rooftop. She's just been through a heck of a day. She buried her father. But this story, it's so much more than just about grief. It is way, way more complicated than that. So Lily calls the eulogy she gave epic, but not in a good way. It was an epic disaster. See, her father, Andrew Bloom, was this super popular mayor, a guy everyone in their town just adored. But behind closed doors, he was a monster who abused her mother. And Lily's eulogy, well, let's just say she didn't exactly stick to the script. It left her mom furious and the whole town in shock. So she just had to get out of there, ending up on this rooftop, trying to breathe. And it's right here, on this rooftop, where her whole life is about to split wide open. She's caught between the ghost of a love from her past and the spark of a brand new beginning. Her quiet moment gets interrupted by this angry, but very handsome guy kicking a chair. He's a neurosurgeon named Ryle Kincaid, and the chemistry between them is just instant, electric. But even as she's talking to this magnetic new guy, her mind drifts back to her first love, Atlas, a homeless boy who was her safe harbor in a really stormy childhood. And just like that, you see the two magnetic poles of her heart get established, the past and the present. Now, to really understand the impossible choice Lily is going to have to make, you have to understand where she comes from. After the funeral, she's back in her childhood house and finds her old teenage diaries. Except she never called them diaries. They were actually letters she wrote to her hero, Ellen DeGeneres. And these diaries, man, they hold the key to absolutely everything. As she reads through these old letters, this really painful picture starts to form. You see this little girl hiding in her room, shuffling a deck of cards. Not for fun, but to create a rhythm, something to drown out the sound of her father's rage and her mother's screams. It was a childhood where just getting through the day meant finding these small, desperate ways to cope. But then, in the middle of all that darkness, a little bit of light shines through. She finds a homeless boy, Atlas, living in the abandoned house behind hers. And he's different. He's kind, he's quiet, and he's hurting too. For a girl who only knows violence from men, his gentle spirit becomes her secret, her friend, and her first real love. And this wasn't just some teenage crush, This was a lifeline for both of them. Lily gave Atlas a safe place to be, and he gave her a glimpse of what a man could be, protective, not punishing. He had his own scars, and they really connected over their shared pain. Their love was this quiet, gentle thing, built on taking care of each other. It was the blueprint for the kind of love she knew she deserved. Okay, so fast forward a few years, Lily is in Boston, she's made a life for herself, she's actually achieved her dream of opening the super cool, unique flower shop, and guess who walks right back into her life? Ryle Kincaid. That spark from the rooftop ignites into a full-blown fire, and they fall into this intense whirlwind romance. On the surface, Ryle is, he's perfect, like storybook perfect. He's this brilliant surgeon, he's driven, and he is just head over heels for Lily. His charm is completely overwhelming, and she falls for him hard. I mean, after the childhood she had, this thrilling, amazing relationship feels like everything she's ever wanted. And then, one night, it happens. Ryle burns a casserole he's making. Lily just laughs. It's a silly little mistake, right? But in a flash, that perfect charm vanishes. He shoves her, and he shoves her hard. She goes flying across the kitchen. And there it is, the first crack in that perfect facade. Now, this right here is such a crucial part of the cycle. Ryle's regret is immediate, and it's devastating. He's horrified by what he did. He breaks down and tells her about this deep trauma from his own childhood. He accidentally shot and killed his brother, and this rage is like a monster inside him he can't control. And Lily, she wants to believe in the good man she fell in love with, so she forgives him. She tells herself it was a one-time thing, a tragic mistake. But of course, it wasn't a one-time thing. The incidents keep happening, and they get worse, more violent. And as Lily keeps reading her old diaries, she's hit with this terrifying realization. The life she swore she would never, ever have is slowly becoming her reality. She reads these entries from her childhood, remembering how helpless she felt watching her mom go through this. The excuses, the fear, the broken promises, it's all there on the page, a haunting echo from her past that's suddenly screaming in her present. And then, after a really bad attack from Ryle, Her own thoughts become a chilling mirror of her mother's. She finds herself making the exact same excuses, worrying about his career, his reputation, more than her own safety. The parallel is it's undeniable, and it's utterly devastating. She is trapped in the very same cycle she hated as a kid. This makes Lily remember a statistic she read once, that 85% of women go back to their abusers. She remembers judging those women, even judging her own mom, thinking they were weak. But now she gets it. She's in their shoes. She understands that it's this toxic cocktail of loving the person they are when they're good, being terrified of what they'll do if you leave, and clinging to that desperate, heartbreaking hope that this time they really mean it. This time they'll change. And then everything changes. 2 little words on a pregnancy test. Positive. Lily is pregnant. And suddenly, the choice isn't just about her anymore. It's about the future of her child. This is when her mother finally opens up. She tells Lily her story. She explains how, little by little, her own limit for what was okay got pushed back and back and back until a slap started to feel like a relief compared to a full-on beating. She begs Lily to find her own limit now, before it's too late, giving her the strength she never could when Lily was just a child. And this is it, right? This is the core question of the whole story. These cycles are so powerful because they are brutally hard to break. It takes an incredible amount of pain and an unbelievable amount of courage to be the one to stop it. For Lily, it means facing the man she loves and letting go of the future she thought she wanted. After her daughter Emerson is born, everything becomes crystal clear. Lily looks at this tiny baby girl and she sees the future. And she finally understands a devastating truth. Maybe she was willing to risk her own heart, but she will not risk her daughter's. She cannot let Emerson grow up thinking that love is supposed to hurt. So holding her newborn daughter, Lily looks at Ryle and tells him she wants a divorce. And then she makes a promise to her baby, a promise to break the cycle of violence that has poisoned her family for generations. She will not be the one to pass this pain down. It stops here. It ends with them. And it's just this heartbreaking but incredibly powerful choice, one made not out of hate but out of the deepest, purest kind of love imaginable.